Have you ever noticed that there's a set of rules the rich follow religiously, but nobody taught you? These aren't complex Wall Street strategies. They're not exotic investments. They're not billionaire tricks. They're simple rules that separate those who accumulate wealth from those who spend their entire lives chasing their own financial tail. And the most frustrating part? These rules are so obvious that when you hear them for the first time, you think, why the hell didn't anyone tell me this before? My name is Thomas, and today I'm going to reveal 5 rules that the truly wealthy in the United States apply consistently, but rarely talk about. It's not about being born rich. It's not about luck. It's about following principles that work. If you want to stop feeling financially lost and finally understand the game, subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. Let's go. Rule number 1. Never confuse income with wealth. The first rule that the rich understand deeply, and that most people completely ignore, is this. High income doesn't mean wealth. They're totally different things. In the United States, you see this all the time. The doctor making $500,000 a year but living paycheck to paycheck because he spends everything. The corporate lawyer with 6-figure income but not a penny in net worth because he finances everything. The tech executive pulling $300,000 a year but broke because his lifestyle costs $310,000. These people have high income, but they don't have wealth. Wealth isn't what you earn. Wealth is what you keep and multiply. The truly rich know this viscerally. They might earn a lot, but the part that matters isn't how much comes in. It's how much stays and how much that money that stays works for them. You know that guy who drives a Tesla, lives in a huge house, wears a Rolex. Chances are he's rich in income but poor in assets. Now, the guy who drives an old Toyota, lives in a modest house, wears a cheap watch. That guy might have millions invested generating passive returns. The difference is brutal. One is spending to look rich. The other is being rich quietly. In the United States, this is especially deceptive because the culture glorifies symbols of wealth, not real wealth. Expensive car, big house, designer clothes, all of these are signs that you spend well. Not that you have well. Rule number 1 that the rich follow. Focus on building assets, not on increasing expenses. The more you earn, the more you should invest, not the more you should spend. But most people do exactly the opposite. Rule number 2. Own assets that generate income while you sleep. The second rule that separates the rich from the rest is this. They build sources of income that don't depend on their time. Let me be clear. You will never get rich trading time for money. No matter how much you charge per hour, you'll always have a ceiling because you only have so many hours in the day. The rich understand this. That's why they obsessively accumulate assets that generate passive income. What is passive income? It's money that comes into your account without you needing to be there doing something. In the United States, the most common forms are rental real estate. You buy property, rent it out, receive rent every month. The tenant pays your mortgage. The property appreciates. You win on both sides. Dividend-paying stocks. You buy pieces of solid companies that distribute profits to shareholders. Every quarter, money drops into your account. You don't even need to sell the stock. Businesses that run without you. You create or buy a business with systems and people who do the work. You receive the profits. Intellectual property. You create something once. Book, course, software, music, and receive royalties every time someone uses it. The magic of passive income is that it scales infinitely. If you work, you earn while working. Stop working. Stop earning. If you have assets generating passive income, you earn working, sleeping, traveling, doing anything. The money doesn't stop coming in. In the United States, every self-made millionaire has multiple sources of passive income. The average person has one source of income. Salary? The rich person has 5, 10, 15 different sources of money coming in. And here's the secret nobody talks about. You don't start with high passive income. You build it over time. You take part of your active income and convert it into assets that generate passive income. Over time, passive income grows until it eventually exceeds your expenses. When that happens, you've achieved financial freedom. You work because you want to, not because you need to. That's rule number 2. Stop selling only your time. Start building assets that work for you. Rule number 3. Live below your means, not at the limit of them. The third rule is probably the most counterintuitive in American culture. Because, in the United States, there's enormous pressure to spend everything you earn, to enjoy life, to treat yourself. But the truly rich do exactly the opposite. They live below their means, sometimes way below. Warren Buffett, one of the richest men on the planet, lives in the same modest house he bought decades ago, drives a regular car, eats at McDonald's. Mark Zuckerberg wore the same gray t-shirt every day when he was already a billionaire. Sam Walton, founder of Walmart, drove an old pickup truck until he died. These guys could live in mansions, have private jets, show off until they can't anymore. But they don't. Why? Because they understand a fundamental truth. Every dollar spent on lifestyle is a dollar that's not working for you. It's a dead dollar. In the United States, there's this concept of the American dream that's been distorted to mean earn more to spend more. Bigger house, better car, more expensive vacations. But that's not the American dream. That's the American trap. The real dream is freedom. And freedom comes from having money working for you, not from spending all the money you earn. The rule the rich follow: when your income increases, your lifestyle does not increase proportionally. You got a raise. Great. 90% of that raise goes to investment, not to the new car. You doubled your income. Amazing. Your lifestyle increases a little bit, but the majority goes to building wealth. That's how you actually get rich. Not by spending more, by investing more. The average person sees an income increase as permission to spend more. The rich person sees an income increase as an opportunity to invest more. Completely different mindset. Rule number 4. Protect before you risk. The fourth rule is one that many people learn too late, usually after losing everything. The rich understand that protection comes before growth. What does this mean in practice? It means you don't build an empire without first ensuring that a tragedy can't destroy everything you've built. In the United States, the rich are obsessed with asset protection. They have robust insurance, life insurance that protects the family if something happens, disability insurance that protects income if they can't work, umbrella insurance that protects against lawsuits. They have legal structures, LLCs that separate personal assets from business, trusts that protect wealth from taxes and creditors. They have solid contracts for everything. Partnerships, partnership agreements, employees, employment contracts, clients, service contracts. Why all this? Because they know that one bad event can destroy decades of work. A serious illness without adequate insurance? Bankruptcy? A lawsuit without legal protection? Lose everything. A dishonest partner without a contract? Goodbye assets. In the United States, where lawsuits are extremely common and medical costs can be astronomical, protection isn't optional. It's essential. The average person completely ignores this. They think it won't happen to me. They don't want to spend on insurance. They think legal structure is unnecessary complication. Then, when it happens, and it always happens, eventually, they discover they have no protection at all, and they lose in weeks what took years to build. Rule number 4 that the rich follow religiously: protect your wealth before trying to grow it. Build the walls before you fill the castle with gold. Because what's the point of accumulating wealth if you can't protect it? Rule number 5. Surround yourself with people who play the same game as you. And we arrive at the 5th rule, which might be the most underestimated of all. The rich understand that your environment determines your financial destiny. Specifically, the people you spend time with shape your financial decisions, whether you realize it or not. There's a famous saying, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And financially, this is absolutely true. If you hang out with people who spend everything, you'll spend everything. If you hang out with people who invest aggressively, you'll invest aggressively. If you hang out with people who think debt is normal, you'll normalize debt. If you hang out with people who live below their means and build wealth, you'll do the same. In the United States, the rich actively choose their social environment. They go to expensive conferences, not for the information, but for the connections. They pay fortunes to participate in exclusive masterminds where everyone has a wealth-building mindset. They join private clubs where the entry price automatically filters for people at a certain financial level. Why? Because they know that proximity generates opportunity. When you're surrounded by people who think big, you think bigger. When you're surrounded by people who take action, you take more action. When you're surrounded by people who build businesses, you build businesses. It's financial osmosis. But it works both ways. If you're surrounded by people who complain that the system is unfair, you'll complain instead of act. If you're surrounded by people who think investing is too risky, you'll never invest. If you're surrounded by people who show off instead of accumulate, you'll do the same. Rule number 5 that the rich follow. They actively choose to spend time with people who have similar financial goals. They cut out gently but firmly people who drag them down. They seek out intentionally and strategically people who elevate them. In the United States, this might seem elitist but it's not about thinking you're better than anyone. It's about protecting your mental environment. Because you can have all the right strategies, but if you're surrounded by people with the wrong mindset, you'll fail. Your environment is stronger than your willpower. Conclusion: the rules are simple, but following them is hard. So recapping the 5 secret rules the rich follow. Rule 1. Never confuse income with wealth. Focus on assets, not on how much you earn. Rule 2. Own assets that generate passive income. Build sources that work without you. Rule 3. Live below your means, not at the limit of them. Rule 4. Protect before you risk. Build walls before filling the castle. Rule 5. Surround yourself with people who play the same game. Your environment determines your destiny. Notice how none of these rules are about getting rich quick. None are about secret cryptocurrency, miracle stock, or genius scheme. They're solid, tested principles that work consistently over time. The problem? Most people know these rules, but don't follow them. Because following these rules means making choices that go against dominant American culture. It means living more simply while you earn more. It means saying no when everyone's saying yes. It means investing when everyone's spending. It means building slowly when culture glorifies rapid growth. Is it hard? Yes. Is it counterintuitive? Totally. Does it work? Always. In the United States, you have 2 options. You can follow what the majority does, spend everything, finance, lifestyle, live paycheck to paycheck, and never build real wealth. Or you can follow what the minority of the truly rich does, apply these 5 rules consistently, and build solid wealth over time. The choice seems obvious when put like that, but day to day, it's much harder. Because every day you're bombarded with messages telling you to do the opposite. Buy now, pay later. You deserve that new car. Enjoy while you're young. Yeah. All these messages pull you in the wrong direction. Following the 5 rules of the rich means resisting these messages constantly. But here's the reward. In 10, 15, 20 years, when you followed these rules consistently, you'll be in a financial position that most people only dream about. While they're still running on the treadmill trying to look successful, you will be successful, quietly, solidly, and that is true wealth. It's not what you display. It's what you own. It's not what you seem to have. It's what you actually have. So the question you need to ask yourself is, are you ready to follow these rules even when it's hard? Even when it's against the current, even when nobody's recognizing your progress, Because if you are, you have everything you need to build real wealth in the United States. The rules are there. They always have been. Someone just needed to show them to you clearly. Now you know. What you do with this information, that's up to you. If this video gave you clarity on the path to real wealth, share it with someone who needs to hear this. And subscribe to the channel for more content that reveals how money really works. No BS and no illusions. Comment below, which of these 5 rules are you violating right now? And which one will you start following today? Thanks, and see you next time.